with this particular type of day. So
where's the rotation at exactly in conjunction with Champaign-Urbana?
Now it's going to be just southwest of Carl Hospital. So where it's going to be at. Yeah, it's moving. I mean, this storm's moving highway speeds through town here.
Yeah.
So still over U of I. Champaign, give me another minute. I know the lines between Champaign and Urbana are blurred on who lives where. We're going to just say all calls still for Champaign-Urbana to stay in shelter. And this storm moving off to the north and east. Further downstream, this will be northeast Urbana. It will be the Sellers area, Flatville, Royal. It'll be heading towards Gifford and Penfield. I know out in the Flatville area, you've got the Prairie View Ogden School District. The second elementary school is up north there, and I think that's. Let me double check that. Schools are aware of what's happening today. First off, I know it's a school morning. You've got Flatville Grade School out there. That's what that is, and in the old elementary school, I guess, in Royal, I don't think that's still there anymore, but this is heading in that direction. Schools are aware of what's happening. They're watching us. I've gotten messages from teachers and messages, hey, we're watching you. We're sheltering. They're watching us on Facebook. They're watching us on Twitter. They're watching us on the app. All places to continue to monitor this particular storm as it moves off to the north and east. All right, let's check here a little bit more into what's going on. Remember, let me go ahead and bring me back full here. Remember, when we look at radar, this is a snapshot of the storm. The radar beam, you see it sweeping on by. Every 3 or 4 minutes, we get a storm, scan, and it looks at it. It says, hey, here's where the storm is. The next image is going to show this storm more over I-74, and there's the update, actually, the warning, trimming it back. So we'll give an all clear for Champaign city limits. All clear if you live west of downtown Urbana and south of downtown Urbana. North Cunningham, North 45, towards, let's check some info here. Still moving northeast at 45. The Augerville community, Willow Creek Farms. There's the Frasca Field east of there is where this storm is heading into northeast Urbana. Close to Cunningham. And between I-74 and the Cunningham and the University exits, this will be coming right up the Brownfield Road area by the Carroll Fire Protection District. And again, this scan is a minute or two old. When the new one pops up, you'll see it advance further here. It's like you're taking a picture of a semi-truck going by. It goes click, and then the semi keeps on going. By the time you look at your phone, it's already down that way. And so we'll see it. There's the new update there. Right, in fact, right there, that's Brownfield Road, Augerville, Carroll Fire Department. There's the area of rotation now over 74 at Cunningham. We would love to get a look at this as much as we can, but the problem is that this rain coming in behind it's going to obstruct our view at this point.
Jacob, is that rotation here on Max 1?
Yeah, go ahead and pull Max 1 up real quick.
I'm just wondering if that's an area of rotation to look out for. It's we're looking out north and east beyond the university, past the hospital.
I'm suspicious of both the left side, and there's also a feet on the right side here.
Right. That's why I called your attention to it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did that here. The next cell is going to wrap into the back side. Go ahead and say that again, Jared. All right, we've got tornado video available. We'll take that in a moment here. Let's continue to watch these storms move off to the north and east again. This sits at Memorial Stadium, is now looking towards northeast Urbana, and you can see on the left side some sort of lowered area. There is some weak motion. There's a very faint feature on the right side that also indicates there might be something in place. Now, this is video from earlier. Let's pull the video really quick and run that. I still want to watch the back. Okay, this looks like this is the Ranger up on Market Street exit. And that tornado coming by just west of Leverett. And so you can see that coming by. Wow, that's impressive. This is what we've dealt with this morning, is multiple tornadoes in Champaign County. This was the second tornado. We know of 3 tornadoes so far in our area. This was number 2 off of I-57. John sent that in.
There is, never mind. You're good. You're good.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
I just saw that update for the new the same tornado warning here. So that's the video. That's great video. That's excellent. We know at this point EMA has reported no damage with the new storms. We'll continue to watch and keep an eye on things. So that is video from, oh goodness, was that about an hour ago that was?
Roughly.
Was that what that was?
What?
That second tornado?
Yeah, a little over an hour ago.
It's been a long morning already, hasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so 9:55. Thanks for that video. You can see that tornado going on by. Let's reset the right side of your screen. That is our camera at Memorial Stadium looking north and east.
Those features look to be gone, or look less pronounced, I should say.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's not quite as much there. the rain also going to obstruct our view. I noticed on the right side of the screen, kind of center right of the screen right there, at one point it looked like there might have been a funnel cloud. We're going to watch it all very closely here with this tornado warning, 9:55 now. I want to give an all clear for Champaign and Urbana south of I-74, including here at the TV station. We can go about our normal duties now. An all clear for this particular storm. Might not be done yet. Might not be done for the day. But we will continue to watch this all very closely here. Still some more rain coming in, but the severe storm with the rotation now is in northeast Urbana, off to the north and east towards Augerville, passing by the Carroll Fire Department as it moves off to the north and east. Let me show you the velocity product. This right here shows us the intensity of the rain and storms. The velocity shows us how those storms are moving. And it appears to me that maybe the rotation isn't as pronounced on radar. We're still going to watch with the sky cams. We're still going to watch with these areas here because they can pulse up, pulse on down. And while we're watching this particular storm, the one with an active warning, what am I seeing? Is that new?
Where you at? DuPage County.
Oh, you know what? That's up in Chicago. Wow, they're issuing in Chicago.
DuPage County is up by
Are
Chicago.
we hearing hail out there? Is that what that is? Can somebody get outside and grab a photo of that for us? Pull the Neal Street camera up, in fact. Okay, we've got what appears to be some hail real quick here at the station. It doesn't look to be all that big, but I could hear it. If I can hear it, you know it's
it's enough. Yeah.
big enough. Happy February, everyone. This is the snow that we get from Mother Nature this time of month. It's not snow, it's hail. Sheesh. All right, just for the back, we will continue past 10 o'clock, so make sure Master Control knows that. We're going to continue with this coverage because this warning continues until 10:15. So, we kind of blew out the newscast here, and that's okay. We've got active weather, and we're going to continue to watch things here when we can. We'll see if news has any updates. At this point, I have not heard of any damage.
None reported so far that we've seen. So
yeah, there'll be some hail, and that'll be noisy, but it's not huge hail. It's not the hail that's going to destroy your car, from what we could tell. It's going to be noisy if you're driving in it. You're not going to like it, but we'll be okay from that. That storm now. What camera are we looking at here? We
Stadium
studio camera.
You want to switch over to the station?
I'm wondering. I'm wondering this cell that just went overhead here by Carl Hospital. Maybe the studio. Corinne, did you run out there and grab some hail for us?
It's melting so fast, but it's about pea-sized hail hitting the ground and immediately disappearing.
That's kind of how pea-sized hail works here. That just seems like someone opened a bag of frozen peas and throws them. It got loud in here for a second. So, we've got the news folks. Matthew and Corinne are hanging out with us. We've got Adam just right here and whatnot. Yeah, see if you can't look from the studio camera to the east, second.
All right, I was looking to the south and west just in case there was another circulation, but... And so far, I've seen nothing.
It looks peculiar to me. Maybe that rotation pulsing up a little bit now on that storm that's west of Sellers.
There's up towards Urbana. That's where I'm looking at right now. I'm going to switch it over to Max 1.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if we can see it. I can focus it in, but
okay. So that is kind of east and northeast. Yeah.
Do you want it to move a little bit?
Yeah, maybe pivot it just to the right a little bit. I'm going to just make sure there's nothing under that base. This is a day where spotters are important. As many eyes in the storm as we can is important. Those eyes and ears are helpful, and we know you're messaging us fast and furious. I mean, the inbox is full of reports of videos and whatnot, and we really appreciate that for all of the reports. Now, this tornado warning continues until 10:15, and that will be about the time we kick it back here. We're staying with coverage. Looks like, I got a photo of some hail that's kind of up to dimes in the west side by Parkland there. Just kind of watching. Again, eyes in the sky. This tornado warning continues for Champaign County. Let's hit the big reset button here. And let's start from front to end here. And just real quick, we're hitting 10 o'clock. The news is ending normally. We're continuing extended coverage because we've got an active tornado warning still in the area. I know at 10 o'clock, the price is right. You want to watch it. I want to watch it too. The price is wrong today. We are dealing with some severe weather right now. And you can see these storms now. One tornado warning in effect for Champaign County, now northeastern Champaign County. There are still other storms that need to be monitoring with this here. I know of 3 tornadoes so far this morning in Champaign and in Ford County from this event. And, that's something that we're going to monitor closely here. I know folks are sending in more photos. I'm getting some more from these storms. This is a Champaign County issue primarily right now. We've got to watch now. I think Ford County, Paxton, Gibson, you're fine. We're going to watch east of Paxton, the little, I guess the second panhandle, the shorter panhandle that sticks out, northern Vermilion, southeastern Iroquois County, and then we'll watch these cells down in Coles and Douglas County as well. At this point, Shelbyville, Sullivan, Monticello, you're finished for the day. Even Watsika, I think, is all clear. It's this line here to the south and east where we've got some of that instability that is giving us these tornadoes, and 3 so far today. Let's take a look here at and pretty quickly, looking at the line now, pretty quickly in the next 15 minutes, any chance for a tornado in the Champaign-Urbana metro is going to end as they continue their northeastern track. And at this point, we've got an all clear for northeast, for Champaign and Urbana, except for northeast Urbana. The cell itself that's rotating looks to be now near Sellers, but we're just going to watch these other cells and keep an eye on them here. And you can see on our double box, the camera looking off to the east and to the north. The National Weather Service will continue that tornado warning until 10:15. Adam, you've got that camera up. Talk a little bit about what we've seen today and what's been going on so far.
Yeah, if we could switch over to Blinks 1 or Max 1 real quick. That's what we're watching as these storms push through the region. So far, we still have that tornado warning, and that storm is still tornado warning. You probably just saw a flash of lightning right there, some daytime lightning, but we still have that tornado warning in effect for our northeastern corners of Champaign County. Does include Sellers, Royal, and just outside of the Champaign-Urbana area, roughly. Starting to see a little bit more of that activity towards Penfield, again, the northeast corners of our viewing area. I'm going to switch it over to radar real quick, just to get a little bit more of an analysis going on here. We still have the cameras up just in case, but so far we've been seeing nothing but rain and some gusty winds now here in town too as well. That was pushing cameras around. Here's where we have our little cluster of storms there, just to the north and east of Champaign, north of Mira as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of hail just outside of Sellers, just to the north of 136. Might even seeing a little bit of more of those clusters of storms. But again, this stretches all the way from Kerr, Penfield, all the way down to Daly, Royal, Flatville, Sellers, and just to the northeast corner, and I wouldn't even say majority of it's starting to move out of there, of Urbana, the Urbana area. Now we're getting another update there, and you can see that it's starting to move away from the Urbana area, that tornado-warned storm. This isn't the only storm we're watching, too. We've got more cells down to the south here, just by Tuscola, another one. We just got another alert there from DuPage County. Okay, that's on our viewing area. That's okay. Okay, out towards Arthur, between Arthur and Arcola, even some cells as well. And these aren't overly impressive cells, but for this time of year, they are. Something we wouldn't see in the springtime. This is something we wouldn't really jump on normally, but we're seeing more of it here right now, and we're seeing this is worth looking at. Again, tornado warning still in effect there for northeastern Champaign County. Keep that in mind. That does include Royal, Sellers, Penfield, just to the east of Rantoul. And Rantoul is not in it. Gifford is one of the spots to watch out for. Flatville, Daly, and far northeast corner of Urbana is still in part of that as well. It does include part of 74, also 145 going towards 74. And yeah, to the north of St. Joseph too. So that's what we're watching here. The Champaign area, right now outside of it, we've had some hail. We've had a little bit of rainfall here in Champaign, Urbana. We're still watching these storms as well. I'm going to take another look at the camera here. Let's see what we can find here within this storm. Again, we're looking out to the north and east from our station on Neal Street, looking north and east, and right now it's really hard to see. That's the thing with some of these storms. We've had some pockets where we could see these storms clearly have rotation, development, and we really haven't seen so much of it now that we have the rain showers on the back side of these storms. I'm going to move it to the right a little bit just to get an idea of what's going on over by Campus Town. Nothing really. A lot of it's staying up to the northeast portions of the Champaign-Urbana area, as expected with radar. You might see some flashes on here, and that's only because we're seeing a little bit more of the lightning here on some of these cells. Just got another update here. We got a tornado watch that's coming out momentarily, and that's going to include parts of east central Illinois, generally east of I-57. It will go until 3 o'clock. It will not last until 3 o'clock, though. Our severe threat will wrap up. I'll have that graphic up for you shortly. Thank you, Jacob. Sorry about that. I'm just catching my breath for a second.
You and me both, right?
Right. And taking a look at these storms, though, again, this is what we're looking at. This main cell now moving to the north and east of Urbana. Let's switch it back to radar. Radar showing that where these clusters of storms have been. And really, this has been an ongoing threat, really, for the last almost 2 hours here. We've been watching these storms pulse on through here. They really started to pick up. This is a great environment for shear for these thunderstorms. And again, this is the area we're seeing that tornado warning that is in effect until later in the next couple of minutes or so. I'm going to double check that real quick. Let's take a look there. That is for until the next 9 minutes. Next 9 minutes there, we have that tornado warning that does include the northeast corner of Champaign County. North of St. Joe, near Penfield, Daly, Royal, Flatville, Sellers, those are the counties you need to watch out for. If you're not in your safe space, now is the time to do so. And not only is this bringing in a little bit of the rotation with it, but this is a storm to respect here. Again, Royal, Daly, Sellers, Flatville, Penfield, these are all the spots within that tornado warning. It's to the north and east of Champaign and just to the north and east of downtown Urbana as well, northeast of Urbana High School. It does include 74. We're starting to see the tail end of that. That in Cunningham Avenue, we're starting to see the tail end of that precipitation move off to the north and east here. So we're watching these storms. We're watching them on camera too, and they've had a little bit of structure once they get up close and personal. But otherwise, once they start to move away, it's hard to see. Visibilities have been a little low with these storms, and it's hard to see features. Earlier, though, we did catch one of the tornadoes that we have been reported on earlier on through our camera system, and that's really been a benefit here as well here. So we're going to keep watching these storms both on our cameras, but also looking at radar. Radar can show one thing, cameras can show another. They're a great combination between the two to get an idea of what these thunderstorms are really doing. And again, this is not the only spot that's going to see thunderstorms we're watching out for. Philo, just north of Philo, even out towards Tolono and out towards Chicken Bristle and Hayes. That's where we're seeing a little bit more of more clusters of storms, not quite as intense as the one up to the north, but again, these storms are not overall what we would really look at towards the spring, but we have enough wind shear and we have enough instability that we're getting these storms to go severe as well. Jacob?
Yeah, so we'll take it back and kind of take a big picture here of what's going on. I think there's a chance that the warning will actually drop by 10:15. What time is it? It's 10:07 right now. Yes. We will see. We still got 8 minutes. If it doesn't, downstream then it's going to be northwestern Vermilion County. So an early heads up, Rankin, East Lynn, Hoopston, maybe as far southwest as Armstrong, Potomac. It'll be north of Danville, though. Not worried about that. Armstrong, kind of in that general direction. So we're going to watch it closely here. At this point, I can give an all clear for Champaign and Urbana. We've done that already, but just want to reiterate that. It started as a Champaign-Urbana issue. It is over for Champaign-Urbana at this point. North of 74, east of 45 is still where we're confined to this. Rantoul, we will give you the all clear. We will give the all clear for St. Joseph at this point, though St. Joseph will watch other storms downstream. Mahomet, you're good. Fisher, you're good. Places like that. All right, just had the new tornado watch come out here.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, I just saw that flash across, and so I am going to pull that up real quick for you. There you can see the counties in yellow now. It actually goes till 4 p.m. It goes until 4 p.m. And it's going to be for Champaign, Douglas, Coles, Cumberland, Clark, Edgar, Vermilion, Iroquois County, plus our Indiana counties. Does not include Ford County. I think that's the right call. It only includes Iroquois County for the southeastern part of the county. If you're in Watseka, Clifton, Ashcombe, you'll be fine for the day. But this goes until 4. It's not going to last until 4. As these storms move east, they'll clear that out. And probably by lunchtime, we'll be done with the severe threat, if not even by 11 a.m., based on how these storms are moving off to the north and east. So that's the graphic, and I think that's going to populate automatically on our social media platforms, too. We got a lot of nice, easy buttons that we can press and take care of things. Okay, the radar check again. Actually, you know what I really want to do? I want to show some new viewer videos. We know of 3 tornadoes at this point. This video right here, this is from the Clarence area. Let me restart it and show you, and you can bring that full. This was the 3rd tornado near Clarence in eastern Ford County as it moved off. You can see the windmill there. I saw that and I knew right away this was not, and that's a pretty, look at the size of that. That's a pretty sizable tornado that went on through. It's a nice stout stovepipe compared to the ropes that we've had. And that is why we've got the severe weather threat this morning. This is the 3rd tornado from our area. Here's some of the reports of hail we've had. We've had dimes. We had a few quarters slipped in there. A lot of pea-sized hail with these storms. Hail not really the main threat with the day today, but certainly we've still had that. Again, we appreciate our viewers for sending us photos safely. This is video of the second tornado that was north of Urbana, and it's a long video, so I can kind of fast forward through it. You almost see the rotation, and it appears to have gone away from that. Another video, this is another great video that came on in, and that's Interstate 50. This was right by Interstate 57. This is, I believe this is tornado number 2. They all look kind of similar at the end of the day, but there you can see that tornado right in the center of the screen from earlier, which is why we have coverage continuing here across the region. And we've had lots of reports, lots of photos. We greatly appreciate our viewers. The news team is playing cleanup to the mess the weather department makes, and they are working on taking care of graphics and news stories and reaching out to EMA officials. As of this point, we have not heard of damage in Champaign County. I'll be interested to hear more about Ford County, and in fact, I probably should text up there. Let me, Adam, you want to take over for a second? I'm gonna send a quick text.
Right.
Still have that tornado warning in Champaign County here.
Right.
It's not as impressive, but these storms have pulsed up and down, haven't they?
Yes, that's been the trend all morning here with these thunderstorms. Again, let's pull it up to max 1. Thank you very much. And you'll notice that with max 1, we have seen just these pulse of showers and thunderstorms just south of Flatville. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a little bit of hail in there as well, possibly even just towards the edge of Daly too. But just south of Flatville, that's the spot we're watching for. Maybe the potential for some hail. No sign or sign so far if they're going to expend that warning. We do have that tornado watch, though. The tornado watch in effect until about 4 o'clock for our viewing area here. The eastern portions of our viewing area. That does include Champaign County, Vermilion County, also Coles County as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that as we continue through. It's for Illinois. It does include Champaign, Clark, Coles, Cumberland, Douglas, Edgar, and Vermilion. That is until 4 o'clock later on today. And I would be surprised if we got those canceled pretty early for those far western counties in that tornado watch. So just keep that in mind. There's still some clusters of storms, and as Jacob mentioned, these have been pulsing back and forth, and we're in the right environment for these thunderstorms to become severe. That's why we've seen the severe storms kind of pulse in, pulse out, pulse in. The tornadoes have not lasted very long. They've been very brief, as mentioned earlier this morning. This is an environment that's conducive to great wind shear. Instability's there, enough for these severe storms, obviously, but that's what we've been watching all morning. And I wouldn't be surprised, again, just to the south of Flatville, possible for that.
All right, hey, real quick here. We just got that new severe thunderstorm. I want to say I just got off the phone with Terry Whitebird from the EMA in Ford County, and he says that at this point they don't know of any damage in that area, but we did get an extension of the warning. It is a change to a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag, and you can see on the right side of the screen zoomed in there, the red box is in Champaign County. The orange box, Adam, if you want to adjust your graphic real quick and just kind of center that there, you can see this is going to be for the northwestern half of Vermilion County. There we go. We can look at it there. This is a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag, 60-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-size hail expected in that warned area. A tornado is possible. Rankin, Eastland, Hoopeston, Rossville, Alvin, Potomac, Armstrong, Collison. This will not include Danville. This will not include Oakwood. This will not include Sidell or Jamaica. Not going to include Georgetown. This is north of you with this particular batch of storms. So we will keep an eye on that. We will stay on wall-to-wall coverage for a few more minutes with this warning. I just want to make sure, we kind of cut back and went to news, and then things pulsed up again, and we were back, and so we will play that same game here for a little bit. Checking further south and west, there's nothing really that catches my eye a whole lot here. South of Champaign towards Philo and east of Pasotum.
Tuscola and Arcola.
Yeah, nothing really sticks out to me, but those storms are moving into an area of slightly higher instability, and with the impressive wind shear that's happened, this is, something we'll continue to watch. And I know we had some stuff further to the south there. It doesn't look like a whole lot's happening there with those Cumberland County things. They may not quite be in the instability. So
tornado warning has expired.
It has expired, 10:15. We are going to stay here for another 3 or 4 minutes just to cross our T's and dot our I's and make sure we're okay, we will stay on digital platforms, and we will run that from the weather switcher, give our production crews a break, but we'll be on standby until we are clear, or if we need to come back. So be aware of that, where if you're watching on TV now, you've got time. We don't have an active tornado warning. You can come over to our Facebook. You can come over to our Twitter. You can come over to even the WCIA 3 News app. Stream that. Just scroll to the very bottom. It's the fourth box down where we stream it on there. And that's something that we'll keep an eye on. So severe thunderstorm warning now. It has what's called a tornado possible tag. A little bit of rotation there. Not a lot, but day like today, it seems to only be taking a little bit of rotation as those storms move off to the north and east. So if we get an out time, 10-18, 10-19, just let me know in the back, and we'll negotiate through that just fine here. That batch of storms now sits from near Sellers and Royal towards Penfield. Say that again. 10-18 will work. We'll do that. Penfield, Armstrong, Rankin, East Lynn. It's all clear. Ford County, you're good. The only part of Iroquois County that we were watching is going to be the southeastern part. Anywhere on I-57, anywhere north of US 24 is just fine. It's going to be the southeastern part of Iroquois County. I think they call that Wellington Landford or something of that sort. That's where we will keep an eye on maybe some of these storms moving in that direction. Hoopeston, Rossville. Not a Danville issue, not an Oakwood issue, but something we're going to keep an eye on as we go for the next little bit. Real quick, we'll hit the reset. We're about a minute away from sending you back to programming. That'll be The Price is Right. We will stay on digital platforms. We will stream those on our weather switcher. You can join us there as we continue to watch what has been three tornadoes so far today. 3 confirmed tornadoes. We've had one west of Champaign, one north of Urbana, and one east of Paxton near Clarence and East Lynn. Any last second thoughts here, Adam?
No, I'm just trying to get more collections from what's going on here from the chat, but otherwise that's about it.
Yeah, we're going to kind of clean up a little of the mess we've left behind the scenes too. Remember, the tornado watch is in effect until 4 p.m. I do not expect that to last until 4 p.m. It will probably be done in the next hour or two, and when that happens, we'll let you know. We'll give you an all clear on Facebook as well as we continue to monitor things. I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey here in the Weather Center. We've got meteorologist Adam Sharinsky. We know Kevin's been driving around, sent us some photos as well here. We've had lots of you share photos and reports from the severe weather, and we greatly appreciate that. Thanks for being with us here for severe weather coverage early on this Monday morning. We will hope to not see you back here until noon. If not, we'll be here and we'll be on digital platforms.
you.